A lot of singles have this wrong notion that it is about how long you date a person that will determine how successful your marriage will be. Or hey viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sansi. Well, if this is your first time of seeing my face, or it's not your first time but you're yet to subscribe to this channel, do well to click on the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys, I am grateful. Well, a lot of singles have this wrong notion that it is about how long you date a person that will determine how successful your marriage will be, or will determine how well you will know the person. But need I tell you that that's a wrong notion? Why? I know some of you will be like, why? What are you saying? Well, I've heard of couples, or I've heard of someone, at least I know someone who told me that he dated his wife for about 10 years or so, and they only got married. They were only married for 1.5 years. That's shocking to you, right? Well, that's why I said it's a wrong notion to think that it is about how long you date a person that will determine how successful your marriage will be, or determine how well you know the person. Need I remind you that people pretend a lot? Yes, people pretend a lot. They pretend to be so good. They pretend to be so perfect. Mr. Perfect, Mrs. Perfect. Well, they have to do that. Some people do that because they want to win you over, because they want to impress you, because they want to please you. Whereas that is not their actual identity. So dating someone, for those of you singles that think that you have to date someone for 5 years, 10 years before you can fully know them. Now I'll give you an example. There's some things you will never get to know about a person until you live in the same house with them, or you stay in the same house with them for a couple of times. Now, for example, a man might be bedwetting and you may never know as his fiancé or fiancée, whatever you call it, or as his relationship partner, or as his babe. You might never get to know, because of course it's something he is ashamed of, so he won't be proud of it to open up and tell you. He may not open up to tell you about it. Now you will say you'll pass a night in his house. Fine. How about I tell you that you may pass a night in his house, and that particular night he will virtually not sleep, he will be awake, you guys will be gisting and all of that, and you will think he misses you so much, that's why he is awake. It may actually be that he misses you, but then of course he's conscious of the fact that if he sleeps, he might bedwet, and that's a bad record for him. So he has to practically be awake and very conscious. And trust me, for that night, the same next day, you might never notice it. But there is no way you'll be married to this man for, let's say, 2 weeks and you won't find out, or even 1 year, because you're consistently in the house with the person. So there are some things. What if a lady, the same thing goes for a lady, she bedwets? Of course, it's not something she'll be proud of to tell you. So you might never really get to know until you live with her in the same house. So do not think that it's about how long you date a person that makes you discover who they truly are. Now, a lot of singles make these mistakes as well. There are certain things you know very well, that you can't cope with it in marriage, but then you condone it in a relationship because you feel when we get married he will change, when we get married she will change. Need I shock you that in marriage, those attributes, those attitudes, those qualities that you do not like will even come out more, because in relationship the person is trying to win you over, is trying to win your heart. So of course he or she would make it mild. You couldn't even condone it when it was married. So imagine when you get married, how difficult it's going to be. Of course, he's not trying to impress you anymore. You people already married. That's the goal. He has got it. Just like when you go for fishing and you catch the fish, what's your interest in? You've already caught the fish that made you go for fishing. Like your net has caught something, so you need not stress yourself so much about it anymore. So that's how it is. In marriage, those things would manifest more. So if you know you can't condone something in a relationship, it's either you deal with it or maybe you walk out. Don't continue in it because you feel the person will change when you guys get married. My dearest, it may get worse. And lastly, you conclude a person is nice just because he or she is so nice to you particularly. Mom, may I shock you? A nice person is not just nice to one person. He or she is nice to people around them as much as he or she is nice to you, that he is in a relationship or she is in a relationship with. Your niceness is not limited to the person you're dating. So being nice does not necessarily mean, or being nice is not narrow to the fact that he or she is nice to you, his partner or her partner. If the person is nice, he has to be nice to his neighbors, nice to the people around him. So don't conclude that the person is nice because he buys you shawarma, he buys you pizza, what else, iPhone 13. That doesn't make a person nice. Those things, yes, it's part of being nice, but then does he extend those attitudes, those things to people around them? Or are they the type that maltreat those around them and they're very nice to you, and then you keep saying, this guy is so nice, this lady is so nice? Well, thank you guys for watching. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, click on the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel.